Okay, folks, we're going to go ahead and get started here. It's kind of a late arriving crowd, and thank each and every one of you for coming out on a nasty night like this. It's about 33 or 34 degrees and rainy out there, and it's not much warmer than that in here. But I have turned the heat on, and and we've got a lot of show and tell. Thanks, folks, for responding on short notice to show and tell, because I had a feeling we don't have field work to talk about and a lot of that kind of stuff. So I'll do some introductions here. They got Roger, KJ4YSY, and Loretta over there, the Dawsons, Linda, AK4GZ, and Glenn, AK4HA. You got Brad, WA4HBM. Could you introduce yourself?
I'm Bruce Campbell from Winchester, KM4EHU.
KM4EHU, okay.
Returning it for a 39-year absence.
Okay, what was the name again?
Bruce.
Bruce, I'm sorry,
Campbell.
okay.
What's her location?
And there's Bob B over there, okay. You got JB, WA4WWH over there, and here's Bob B
No, it's a 6-letter
coming in.
located grid.
Could you fellas introduce yourselves?
I'm Guy Hollander, KI-4TLY.
KI4TLY guy, okay.
I'm Kyle Hollander, KI-4ZFQ.
KI4ZFQ, okay.
Or what?
Okay, thanks, folks, and appreciate again everybody coming out as when you did. Okay, the first thing will be to schedule our luncheon in December. Will be at the Denny's right over here, just right up the street here on Newtown Pike. The Christmas falls on Thursday, so the 25th is out. We've got the 18th, which is close to the middle of the month, and we've got the 11th, which is a week from Thursday. How do either of those days work for those of you that plan to attend?
Either one of them.
They're all good for me.
18th's better for me.
18th is better for you all? Okay. Anybody with serious problems with the 18th? Okay, let's make it the 18th at 11:30 a.m. at the Denny's right out here. And that'll just be 18 days from today, or 17, depending on how you count. Okay, get some folks have brought some stuff for show and tell, which is nice, and I really appreciate that. Glenn's got a whole table full of stuff here. I'm going to pull the camera out and carry it over there, I think. But anything to report on field work? I know we've had terrible weather. I always ask to make sure that none of you have been to the Bahamas or anything like that. Okay. How about new equipment other than your tablet? We'll hear about your tablet.
I'll throw mine in a minute.
Oh yeah, you've always got some new equipment, right?
No. Just so happened Linda let me get some, so.
Yeah, Linda deserves a lot of credit.
I had to take away his eBay privilege.
How's that working?
Okay, kit building. Anybody purchase new kits, finish new kits, made progress on new kits? Okay, nope, nothing there. We haven't had particularly good antenna weather, but anybody with antenna work? Getting
Been a slow month.
I had a feeling it was. Okay. All right. Well, as far as show and tell goes, Brad went over to Walmart on Thursday and stood in several queues, but managed to come out with a $30 tablet. So tell us about it.
I don't know much about it, I've never used a tablet before, but for $29, I thought it would be a pretty good deal. And I managed to come out with 2 of them. One which I gave to my wife, and she and I get along a whole lot better now. And this thing is RCA 7 Voyager. I'm having trouble with it a little bit with my fingers on it, because you have to run your fingers across the face of it. And I've got big old fat fingers, and I keep hitting the wrong keys and the wrong icons and all that. Well, I'll pass it around, everybody take a look at it. Bob has some interesting information that I may be able to install on this thing that works with radio. So Bob can tell me more about that. As a matter of fact, I've asked him to write down the app that's going to work with it.
Yeah, Bob was showing us an SDR app at dinner tonight, and I couldn't, I did a search on my iOS phone and couldn't find anything that connects to it. But tell us a little bit about that SDR app, Bob, for those that are interested.
Well, I know that's on Android.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
called Pocket RxTX.
Mhm.
And it's a little app. Lets you connect to, typically most of them are European type stations you can connect to, and depending on the node that you connect to, you have different bands that are available to you. And you can tune, you can change the characteristics, you can select upper and lower side bands.
So it's a remote receiver, which is not an uncommon thing, but this is a Android app, and it works with software-defined radios, right?
Right.
Okay.
Oh, so you, okay, it's an application that works on the net with remote receivers?
Yes.
Okay.
Specifically,
How do you get a list of receivers that you can go to with it?
Well, I think it depends on what's available that day. It'll give you a little list, and you can select which ones you want, and it lets you know which bands are available on that receiver.
Okay.
by the way, let me point out in that connection that since I'm associated with Global Tuners, that for a long time there were either no apps for Global Tuners, or there was an Android app kind of floating around that wasn't very good. What Ivo Smits, who runs Global Tuners, has done is he's changed the web interface to where it actually looks real good on a mobile device. So if you haven't tried Global Tuners on your mobile device recently and you're interested, give it a shot. Okay, you want to bring it up on your phone and
I can.
So this is a show and tell night, correct?
yeah, sort of.
Stand up, Kyle. He's a new general.
Okay, well, congratulations on that.
All right. Way to go, Kyle.
KI4ZFQ, did I write that down right? Okay. Well, welcome to our humble little QRP club.
Oh, this is QRP group?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was a regular meeting.
No, they start 7:30.
Oh.
7:30 is the regular.
Oh, so we're not late then. Yeah, we're on time.
But if they don't ask, be sure to tell them.
Okay. Another thing that you can do with software-defined radio applications is if you get one that's relatively close to where your site is and you want to see what your actual signal looks
Yeah.
like, you can actually do that remotely, so that you don't
Yeah.
have to actually have the monitoring equipment inside your own station. That's one of the great things about the SDRs, that you can get over the
Yeah.
internet.
You can also do the same thing with Global Tuners, but you know, the SDR thing, a lot of hams do that. I see on, like when there's a contest going on, I'll be flooded with people from Europe coming in to listen to themselves to see how their signal is being heard in the US. So, all righty, well, let's see what, I'm going to take the camera off the stand here so Glenn can tell us about his, I always forget what that is, log something or other.
Key-Log Go.
Yep.
Well, the first thing I got is I have a controller for the KX3 stand. You might be able to see this, and I can remotely control the transmitter receiver.
Yeah. Just a minute, let me come over here and. So that's that app that Bob B was talking about there, okay? Or listening on 80 meters someplace in Europe. Okay, now back to Glenn.
So if you look at the transceiver, you can see I can change bands with it. I can enter a new frequency on it. It actually does the log, where you can log up to QRZ, send your log up there. Has micros just like all the other software. It's just small, and y'all know I'm interested in QRP. I'm interested in minimalism, and this is just really small. If you want to, the text comes up on it, and you can type in, and it sends just like any of the programs do that you get to send RIDI, PSK32, ASCII, or RCW. And it's send and receive both. And that's that little trick. Now then, it takes me a while to get from one to the other, so.
Oh, okay, from your cabling.
Go ahead with something else, and I'll get to the next channel here.
All righty. Let's see what, show them let's see the box for that thing. Okay, RCA, 7 Voyager, 7-inch, 8 gigabytes, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, who else has, did you bring anything to show and tell, or do you have anything to report on anything?
No, I really don't.
Okay. Any more work on your code or anything like that?
Yeah, I've been trying to work every day on my code, but I haven't the last few days. We've been out of town, and I didn't work on it during Thanksgiving, so it's time to get back now.
Yeah, alrighty.
Bound and determined to get it down before springtime, and it's time to get the radios back on the picnic tables.
Okay. How about over here on projects? Anything, Brad, other than trying to learn how to use your new tablet?
Nothing tonight to talk about.
Alrighty. Okay. Let me get over here. Whoops, sorry about that. Okay, so Key-Log Go from QRP works.
Oh, that's where it goes. I'm taking loose the control to the computer, and this replaces taking your computer with you.
Okay.
It's a little smaller than computers. I don't know that it's a whole lot. You don't have to have the keyboard with it. I prefer the keyboard. Bear with me.
People can see what all you're hooking up and stuff like that, so that helps.
Take the standard PS2, the PS2 to ours to, what is that thing, please? Well, I can't think of it at the moment, I can't. USB,
Yeah.
that won't work. I know that from experience, I bought my own one. Tried it out. Well, guess what? My battery's run down.
Oh, okay. Well, just tell us a little bit
Okay.
about what it does anyway.
You got an 80-character display over here, and if you tried to use the little small display that shows up down here on VFOB on the KX3, it's gone. It's there, boy, it goes by fast. And this stores it, whether you can page through it and keep the whole conversation. And it stores all that you log in it. You bring it home and plug it into your computer. You can upload it to your log program.
Okay.
That's the two main features that it does. And then, of course, you could sit here and type out your keyboard instead of using the keyer
Okay.
for all the things that KX3 does.
Okay, good deal.
Another thing I brought is that one of the neat things about the KX3 is that you can take the antenna right off if you're out and just run your antennas out. And then I have for the ground side, I have this neat little thing where you can just unwind however much you need of it to tune your antenna to get it best radiation efficiency, and hook that on the ground side.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool.
What's that?
Oh, yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, y'all know, like I was saying, I have some of my biggest kicks out of getting outside and setting up stuff. And there's a new thing I was reading in QST, and it's called, CQ, it's called radar, Rapid Deployment Amateur Radio. And they have contests with the emphasis on being able to hook up with a minimal amount of equipment and make 5 contacts, and then you go a kilometer, do it again. And you just keep doing that over and over again. And it'll teach you to set up and turn out of your ear, which is something all of us need to learn to do. I know when I first started the outdoor activity, I spent a good half the day just getting my rig set up like I wanted to do, I've got a little bit faster than that now. And it's called radar. They have on Google Plus, they have a Hangout, and you ought to check that out. It's a lot. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Roger and I both read this independently, and the first thing he said when we got together is, "Hey, we found something just like us." It fits us to a T. So anyway, it's called radar.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool. Which issue of CQ is that?
It's the latest one. It's October.
October.
Yeah, the good thing about it is, they got different methods that you go from one point to the other. Older people like me and Glenn, where we can't really, sometimes we may have trouble walking that much. You can drive. You get, of course,
Go in a
you get
wheelchair.
less points for driving than you do. Or you can use waterway, you can use a canoe. The whole idea is you're moving from one point to another. Bicycles,
Motorcycle.
the lady in England has got a 2-wheel cart that she uses. So it's good for people like us. It's getting so we just don't walk quite like we used to.
Okay. So the emphasis is that what you have to be able to do is put up and take down fast.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and make contacts. And you get multipliers. You get you get 6 extra points for if you QRP. You get more points if you have solar energy. It's kind of like regular contests, You get multipliers on them.
Okay, good deal.
I've never been a contest operator, really, but this is intriguing for me to go
Yeah.
contesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, thanks again to everybody that came out. Thanks to everybody that brought something for show and tell. And before we wrap up the QRP segment here, does anybody else have anything? If not, we'll go ahead and wrap up so people can get their ballots in and their dues checks and stuff like that. So again, thank you, everybody.